Hello and welcome. What's happening? Hello, hello. Okay. Hello and welcome to another episode of Design Tips and Sips. I'm Anna Gibson, the owner and chief designer of AKG Design Studio. We specialize in kitchen, bathroom, and whole house renovations, creating spaces that fit your lifestyle. If you know me, you know that I love chatting about everything design related. So, what is better than sharing my knowledge with you by hosting my friends and colleagues to chat and sip of everything design and lifestyle? So, today we are hosting Christopher from Kohler, and I will be sipping Sunset Passion. Where's that? The screen always cracks me up. There you go. So I always try to get something local, semi-local. So this is a brewery called New Roland, and it is brewed in Virginia and Georgia. So to my friends in Atlanta, cheers. And it definitely does not taste like passion fruit. It's very much of a wheat beer. So definitely not a sour. I'm a big fan of sour. So as we go, don't forget to drop your questions and comments below. We'll be love to answer. So welcome, Chris. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So tell us a little bit about yourself and how did you ended up in Kohler?
Yeah, so Chris Chewning with Kohler. So I'm one of the local sales executives. I covered the Northern Virginia and DC area for us, specifically covering the showrooms, like your Ferguson showrooms, the remodelers, and then, of course, the designers in the area as well. And just joined Kohler this year, so I was really excited, but have a construction and kind of remodeling background with the paint company prior to this.
Okay, fantastic. So tell us a little bit Kohler. So obviously you have to live under a rock not to know about Kohler, right? But it's always good to know and kind of like get yourself reacquainted. Where are they based? What are they all about? And what is happening?
Yeah, so I think this is it's been a weird year, as it has been for everyone.
Yep.
But I think it's really kind of brought to the forefront some of our products, specifically, some of the cleansing ones and kind of the intelligent toilets and the bidet seats that we offer, and then as well as our touchless kitchen faucets as well. I think that's kind of really shot them to the forefront as people kind of, cleanliness becomes front of mind.
Right. So, and then Kohler is still, it's American-based company. They're based in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, Kohler, Wisconsin. That's where we actually produce a lot of our stuff. That's still where our foundries is, where we make a lot of our products. That's where most of our brass comes from, as well as all of our cast iron products that we're super proud of. So, and then we have a couple other plants around the U.S. as well, like Huntsville, Alabama. They make a lot of our Vicrel type products.
And they also make really awesome chocolate up there in Kohler, Wisconsin, which is a top industry secret. So
yes,
it
so
never
they just released some new ones this year.
As soon as we get it. So
good.
So, all right, well, let's kind of jump into things. And so let's start with the kitchen because that's where everybody is. So I feel like sometimes it's hard to okay, it's a faucet, it's a sink. Like, how do you innovate? How do you make it different? It's kind of like an umbrella. Like, what do you do with that? It still has to be square. It still needs to drink water. So what are some of the things that Kohler's working, especially in faucets, there's a lot going on?
So I think when you look, you would just start with the sinks. I think when you look at some of our sinks, cast iron, I think is, that's where Kohler kind of started in the plumbing industry, was with cast iron. And I think if you look at our cast iron in the kitchen, I think that's a really desirable product for anyone to put in their home. Specifically, if you take a look at our Whitehaven apron front sink, Super, super durable. You can take an aluminum frying pan and smack it up against a Whitehaven, and you're going to do no damage either to the sink or to the enamel finish that's on that product. So I think that's kind of something where you're really bringing that durability into the kitchen. Whereas if you look at some of the other things, that's always a concern with somebody is, if we're tossing pots and pans in there, we're going to end up damaging or denting our sink. And that's something that you never have to worry about with a cast iron product. But then, if you kind of switch and you take a look at some of our stainless steel products, ours are actually a lot thicker than the competition is. We use a thicker grade steel on those products. And then we've come out with what I would consider inventive, where we've actually have shelving that's removable shelving that's actually kind of built into some of the kitchen sinks. So, you've got areas where you can clean your fruits and veggies. You've got a cutting board that you can put in there. So some kind of really unique features on some of our stainless steel kitchen sinks.
Yes, actually, it's one of my favorite. I think Riverby is one of those things. And I actually love it because, especially when you have a small kitchen, and I deal a lot with small kitchens, I love that your kitchen is multifunction for you, because you can actually, instead of getting the divided sink, which is always the worst because you can't fit anything in there.
Yeah.
But on top of it, if you don't really have enough room, if you have a decent size, you can add all those accessories and take them in and out. So you can make it into have a drying rack in the sink by having one of the little baskets, but you can also take it out, and now you have a big space for all that big pot that you need to wash after you did a casserole or Thanksgiving dinner. And the same thing is with the cutting board. This is so awesome because you can just chop and you can just toss it right into the sink. Garbage disposal, everything is gone. And it gives you more countertop space. So if you're hosting, this is absolutely fantastic. It really gives you more countertop space. So now you have more room for your food, for your beverages and everything. And really you can keep and even hide stuff under it. So
yes,
you don't have to be, yeah. And Alicia said that her next sink is the Kohler Whitehaven. Yes, I love this thing. I'm actually going to a project tomorrow, and he has set his mind on that sink, and so we're actually going to be using that sink as well. So I'm really, really excited. And the Whitehaven is actually, I really want to talk about that for a second. It's a really fantastic thing for retrofitting. So I think that was one of the reasons why those things came around, because in the last several years, we see that farm sinks are trending. But the problem is that if you have a normal kitchen with a normal cabinet, your standard farm sink is not going to fit in there into those cabinets unless you retrofit the whole cabinet, cutting it down, getting new doors, and it's much more involved. And the New Haven, why it started, it has actually a very short apron that fits above and top of really the same size of your front door or the fake door on your sink, but it's still deep because the depth inside, it doesn't matter because those are that. So if you are looking, yeah, I know there's echo. I'm not quite sure what's going on. We're just gonna kind of fly with that today. So yeah, so this is a great way. So if you are just trying to do some smaller updates in your kitchen, the Whitehaven is a fantastic way to bring that farm sink into your kitchen with very minimal work onto your cabinetry.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the faucet. The faucet has all kind of cool features going on.
Yeah, so I mean, even just we'll kind of start with the touchless ones because that's kind of what's on everybody's front of mind. But even if you look at those, we have a ton that are available in our entire line, all the way from kind of an entry level in Simplice all the way up to a Purist or an Artifacts faucet. So really being able to fit anybody's kind of design standard, you can find those. And again, even if you're not on the touchless side, we've got our entire line from traditional to contemporary, all of those where you're able to find something that's in there. But I think the touchless is really what makes them unique, and I think really makes life really simple in the kitchen for somebody. And they're super simple to install. So even if you're maybe not doing a full kitchen renovation, but you want to be able to put one of these in your homes, all you really need is a free outlet and a screwdriver to be able to plug 2 screws in, and you have the touchless kitchen faucets set up. And then an upgrade that you can put on there as well is with the Kohler Connect. So you can actually hook up your Amazon Alexa or Google Home. And you can actually tell it, Alexa, tell Kohler to dispense 3 cups of water. Alexa, tell Kohler to fill my coffee pot. So I think that's something that's makes life really easy in the kitchen.
Wow, that is crazy. Okay, so I definitely know about the touch faucets, and I think they are phenomenal, especially now that we are, trying to wash our hands more, and now we don't have to touch anything, so that's much easier. But I think it's really cool that it's also now connected. So, is there any technical issues? I know people are sometimes scared. I'm like, oh my God, it's gonna flood my house, and now kids gonna have to come and clean all the water.
No, so that's that I think that's a common question. Or what happens if my power runs? What happens if my power goes out? Can we still use the faucet? Is it just going to turn on? And no, that won't happen. And I think they're super easy to set up as well with the app. Just connect straight to your phone. But yeah, no real technical issues. I think that's a good thing that we've kind of looked out for, is to make sure that they're really user friendly when somebody's setting them up and using them in their homes as well. And then I think the other great thing is, if you ever do run into any type of issues, our 1-800-Kohler number, you always have somebody that's right in Wisconsin that knows these products, that's able to help you out and kind of troubleshoot anything that you may be running into.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. And I think, the fact that the customer care is here in the US and somebody that knows what they're doing, it's super important, for at least for my clients, because it just makes life much easier that if you do need help with that.
Yes.
But yeah, this is really great. I'm having been able, especially if you are busy chef and you can just be chopping water and telling your faucet to fill up your water. This is awesome. Really you can multitask. And now I don't know. It's kind of almost a way to duplicate yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, that is awesome. That is fantastic. I love that. I'm definitely going to have to test drive it next time I see that. So let us move to the bathrooms, because I guess that's where Kohler started. And this is still, I feel that we're doing a lot of kitchens these days, but we also do a lot of bathrooms, especially because people are at home for so long right now, and they're trying to create those oases. They're trying to create those comfort spaces. Maybe it's the only place at home that you can hide from the kids, But if you have kids, that it's not always true. They will get in there. And there's a lot of stuff that's going on in the bathrooms for Kohler. So let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, so I think we've come out with a lot of new products over the past year. Specifically, if you kind of look at our intelligent toilets, up there price-wise, but I think for somebody where that kind of makes sense, they're super nice. And just kind of a quick blurb on those. I think one of the neatest features in those is they all come with kind of built-in bidet functionality with it. And within those first 2 weeks, when you actually have those intelligent toilets installed in your homes, they actually learn your pattern of when you're going to the bathroom. And there's a UV light function that cleans the stainless steel wand at night when it knows that you're not using the bathroom. And I think that's a super cool function of those products, and keeps it clean and keeps you from having to clean the toilet. But then you just kind of take a look at some of our normal toilets, like Corbel and Batello and some of those, and come out with a new flushing mechanism within the past year, which is the Revolution 360. which delivers water out of a single chute. So you're getting a really powerful flush every time you're using the bathroom. And then we've come out with continuous clean as well. So there's an actual slot in the toilet tank itself where you can put like Clorox cleaning pucks and adjust the cleaning solution every single time you're flushing the toilet. And it's a separate line that runs straight into the toilet, so you're not corroding any of the components and voiding your warranty. So nobody really likes cleaning the toilet, and I think both of those products together help to reduce the amount of time that you ever have to do that.
Absolutely. And I have to say, if there's any company in the world that can make you get excited about toilets, it's Kohler. It is. There's some of their stuff is like out of this world, and I have taken. So we only have Kohler toilets at home, and I love it because, especially the flushing system and the porcelain is. I can tell you that the last time I actually used my brush, and that's even without any of the fancy stuff, is because everything just cleans out so easily that you don't have to use the brush. So if you have kids that are not always careful and stuff like that, or you have a powder room, that like this toilet is going to stay clean. And the bidet we talk about several times already on our shows is that we ran out of toilet paper. So if you have a bidet, you don't need a toilet paper. You become more green in your life because you're just using water and not using any more paper. So I think that is a great way to kind of like win-win situation for everybody. And honestly, I have to show. Do you have the video? I have to show that new Numi toilet.
The Newbie 2.0.
The Numi, yes.
Yes. So that's our premier intelligent toilet.
So let's see if I can share my screen. This toilet is like insane. This like toilet is what you would see on a spaceship or some, I don't know, Star Wars. Let's see where it is. There you go. All right. Hopefully you guys can see it. Yes. All right. So not only look at the toilet, it doesn't even look like a toilet. So tell me about the toilet. I'm like totally fascinated by that.
Yeah, so I mean, this is the kind of premier toilet. This is our premier intelligent toilet with the Numi, and that's showing some of the other ones down there. So that's the Numi 1.0, and we've now got the 2.0 out there as well. That's the Veil, the Air we just released this year, and then we also have the Carrying 2.0 that's out now as well. But I think you really take a look at any of these products, and there's just a lot of special things about them. You can see kind of the nightlight feature right there that's highlighting.
This is art. This is like genius. Like, it doesn't look like this ugly toilet stuff. You don't see the drain. It has its own nightlight.
Yeah, so that it knows when you're approaching, and it actually lifts the toilet seat up as it senses you approaching the toilet. So if you really, you want to talk about clean, like you're never even having to touch the toilet in that aspect, even open the lid and or close the lid. And again, that nightlight, it's blue because of the research that we've done. That actually, if you get up in the middle of the night to use the bathroom, it doesn't actually kind of throw you off of your the sleep rhythm that you're in. So that's kind of a cool thing about that. And again, you've got the stainless steel medical grade wand in there for the bidet functionality. You've got the heated seat in there. You've got the blow dry you afterwards. So there's just a lot of really neat features, and then you can even play music through it as well.
That is awesome. That is really, this is like a piece of art. It's so beautiful. Like, really, if you're trying to like put one on the neighbors, this is the toilet. But really, all the functions in there are just absolutely phenomenal. So it's like, yeah. So like, even for just the functionality on that is just so beautiful. And like you said, it's also functional. So why not?
Yes.
Absolutely. So we're talking about connected homes. So what other features can we use that connected home with Kohler?
Yeah, so there's two more in the bathroom that you can use. The first that we'll kind of talk about is the Videra lighted mirror. And again, that's another one where that mirror you can have hooked up into your bathroom. You can control the functionality through your Google Home or your Amazon Alexa, where you can actually turn the brightness of the mirror up and down. You can have it read you the weather. You can play your music through it. So it's a very unique and kind of special piece in the bathroom, and just another simpler way to be able to, add another one of those connected devices into your home.
Yeah, and I love it. I think it's a great idea because, everybody say you always have your best idea when you're showering, right? So now you can just shout to Alexa and like, hey, Alexa, 1, 2, 3. I know I always talk to her in the morning and ask her what's my schedule. So then while I'm showering, I already know, like, kind of like put my mind state or where I need to be. But if you're not that kind of like person, just have it play some relaxing music and just relax and start your day smoothly. So what else can
Yeah.
you do that? Yeah.
So the other one would be our DTV Plus showering system. So that's another one where you can actually add in the Kohler Connect into there, and you can digitally control your shower right from the tips of your cell phone, to where you can turn everything on in the shower. You can actually have personalized settings in there. You can control what functionality, whether it's the steam you're turning on, your rain head, the body sprays. You can control all of that at the tip of your finger. And again, you can actually tell components to be able to turn on and off. So I think that's a really unique one, and just creates a very luxurious shower experience for somebody as well.
Yeah, and I think it also, again, it just like, as much as people sometimes scared, I think it really makes your life easy because you can start. I know in our shower you have to wait for a couple of minutes until the water warms up. So why not, start your shower from your phone? So it's ready, and by the time I'm actually ready to go in, the water is actually warm. And
Yes.
so it kind of makes you a little bit more efficient, and it's also a great way because you can control how hot you want the water to be, right? Hot and cold, and not be too cold or too hot, and stuff like that. So I'm really all about the connectivity.
Yeah, and I think one of the funny things that's been pointed out as I've done some trainings is somebody's like, well, can my husband or wife control the functionality of it while I was in the shower? And I was like, well, yeah, I guess they could if they wanted to, but why would they want to do that? And they were like, well, they could turn the water off or turn it all the way down to cold. And then somebody else had a good idea, and they're like, well, I can control how long my kid stays in the shower for, so they don't use up all the hot water.
Yeah. That reminds me. We were in a Airbnb many years ago, and if you showered and somebody went to the bathroom, so like you flush, all the water gets so cold. And my daughter, she was like 4 that time, so she was enjoying it because suddenly you hear somebody scream from the shower. So yeah. Now you can do a little bit more deliberate a little
Yes.
bit about that. So tell me, so what other things are trending right now? Like, how do we create that oasis in our home? Because we are spending so much more time at home, and really it seems that this is going to be what it is for the foreseeable future. Is also, if there's any particular colors that are trending stronger than others? Because I know you have a lot of colors.
Yeah, so let me see if I can get the slides up real quick for cast iron. Oops. So yeah, I think if you're again,
I want this purple tub. One day I'm just going to build the whole house just around this purple tub.
so yeah, and again, I think that's a very expressive one. The indigo blue, I really like. And again, and then even the lavender gray, that's obviously a very light feminine touch to it, but these are really expressive colors. And, this is and I think when you go with our cast iron products, this is kind of what you're able to get out of it, as well as these expressive colors as well. Like it's not just white that you're getting it in. And I know black's a very big color as well, and that's another option as well. But these are kind of some of the newer colors that we've released this past year. And I think, when you're looking for a statement piece, when you're looking at trying to differentiate yourself when you've got guests over, I think you're really able to do it with these pieces because of how expressive they are.
Yeah, and if we were talking about the Whitehaven sink before, so the sink on the right or on your left, I don't know, the blue sink is the Whitehaven. So, and we see a lot of blue in the kitchen in the recent years. I don't think the blue in the kitchen is going anywhere. So if you're not ready to commit for a full kitchen of blue cabinets, but you just really want to bring some updated colors into the kitchen, what a great way just to bring it with a pop-up color into the sink, and then keep everything really neutral around it. Absolutely.
Yes.
And yeah, and the rest of the colors, we know that purple is very relaxing color, so we all really love it, and it's a great color to use, especially before you go to sleep and stuff like that.
Yeah, right. I think if you even look at some like that Artifacts tub that was in the black plum, you can get that in completely black, or you can actually get that black and white as well, for just kind of one of those very timeless pieces in your homes as well.
Mm-hmm. And as far as the metal fixtures like the faucet, I still see a lot of especially in the bathroom, I see a lot of the chrome and the black painting, but also a lot of the gold are still in there. And I know you guys have so many shades of French gold and this and other, and so really everyone can find that specific color. And I know some of the collections that you just came up are a little bit more contemporary, which I love, because most of my design tend to be a little bit more on the modern, and it's nice to see some of the cleaner lines that are coming out. So
yeah, so I think just kind of just a couple we've released parallel within the past year. Yep. Avid, and then Tempered, which is a Ferguson exclusive product as well. All of those, you've got that kind of that modern, very contemporary look to them. And we're rolling them out with more and more finishes. Matte black is an extremely popular finish right now, and we're launching more and more products in that finish, and then we're going back on being able to put that on products that have been out for a while that didn't initially launch with that, and then gold as well. So that's a big one with in the brass kind of look as well. So.
Is there any surprises? Anything that's in the work what we haven't seen that's going to be coming up?
I think we've got some really good products that I think are continuing to come out. And I'll share another one which is just released. So this product, this is Blonde. And this is from our Callista line. So this is kind of like our grand luxury brand, although it's really not that much more expensive than kind of what you would see in our normal Kohler products. But I think this is a super, super unique piece. And I think this will do really well in this area. And specifically that two-tone look with it. So those are actually all...
That is gorgeous. That is absolutely gorgeous.
And those are actually separate pieces that are actually pressed together, and that's how we're able to get that two-tone finish to it. And even so, this is available in the whole suite in the bathroom, so you can get the showering components in this, and then you can get your teepee holder, your towel bar, in that same kind of two-tone look as well.
That is fabulous. This is really, really exciting. I am looking forward to seeing that. That is awesome. So I think we are here. Yeah. So is there anything else for today?
No, I think that was it, and love to being on here. And I think if anybody wants to see any of these products, we have a lot of showrooms in this area from all of our distribution partners that we really truly appreciate. And I know most of their showrooms are open now, either in person or even doing virtual tours for people. So if there's anything that you really want to see right now, get out there and work with our local partners.
Perfect. Thank you so much. So again, thank you so much for Chris from Kohler for joining us today. And if you want to look and explore more of the product, just hop on to Kohler.com. You will see all the beautiful things that we were showing you today. And if you need additional information, feel free to contact me or any of your plumbing experts in this area. My name is Anna Gibson, and I really appreciate you taking the time to join us today. If you find this content valuable, interesting, please consider sharing it with your friends, family, and colleagues. You can also subscribe to us on YouTube. If you are watching us on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe now and hit the bell for the notifications. And follow us on Facebook to start working with me and create spaces that fit your lifestyle. Please visit www.akddesign studio. And until next time, sip and smile.